What's up, y'all, and thanks for joining me on this video. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Supa Burgers. Not Super Burgers, Supa Burgers. You heard it, Supa. And this is an awesome hamburger recipe that I got from a very old friend who goes by the name Mississippi Chris. He gave me this recipe, and I want to teach you guys how to make it on your Weber charcoal grill so that you can have an awesome Father's Day meal. So with that said, let's get started. So the ingredients we're going to be using today is 5 pounds of ground beef. I would say at least 90% because you don't want too much fat into this meat because it's going to be flaming up a lot while you're cooking it. And then to add a little bit of a different flavor, we have 1 pound of ground sirloin here. We have a cup of onions, a cup of Italian style breadcrumbs, half a cup of Tony's seasoning. We're going to be using 2 packages of Lipton Onion Soup recipe, 2 eggs, and half a cup of Worcestershire sauce. So let's get started. So the first part of this recipe is just get your ground beef and get it in there. Mississippi Chris has told me he's experimented with this recipe before where you can add some other, like sausages and things like that, and that really just gives it a little bit of a smoky flavor. So feel free to experiment with this. Like I said before, just make sure that you're not using too much fat in the beef because you will be getting a lot of flare-ups because this is going to take a little bit longer to cook than your normal hamburger. So keep that in mind when you're cooking this. All right, so let's add the sirloin and get that mixed into there. Because I'm spilling it first, I'm gonna get the Worcestershire sauce in here. There we go. Let's just do the onions too, because that'll be the next best thing to get mixed into this meat here. Okay, the next thing we're gonna be doing is adding some eggs in here. The eggs are for making sure that these burgers hold together when you're grilling them, because we're going to be adding a lot of things into here, so we want to make sure we maintain the integrity of these burgers while they're on the grill and they don't fall apart on you. Okay, now let's get the breadcrumbs in here. Let's get the Tony's seasoning in here. All right, let's get the 2 packs of Lipton soup in there as well. All right, just mix it in there. Get it all through the meat. This is what gives it the Supa Burger treatment. Make sure you get it in there real good, guys. We want every part of this meat to be mixed with the breadcrumbs, with the Tony's seasoning. Yeah, just want to make sure it works its meat really good in there. And I can smell the onion soup in here. This is going to be really good. Can't wait to try this tonight, or to have this tonight. Now we're going to make the patties here. You want to make them pretty thick. Pack it down in here, so I'm using just like an old cake, small cake pan here. Really pack that meat in there. Make yourself a really good, thick, juicy patty. That's what we want. We want to be able to do that. That's what we're gonna do. Let's get that in there. There we go. That's one. And we'll just make a few more. Man, just look at these patties. So I have 7 patties here, enough for my family plus seconds, and I'm gonna freeze the rest of that mix for another day. But let's go get started on the grill. Okay, the thing about Supa Burgers is It doesn't matter what kind of grill you're using. If you're using charcoal or if you're using gas, or I mean propane, what you want to be doing is going low and slow. So with charcoal, that means I would very much recommend using briquette charcoal, not lump charcoal, because briquette tends to burn a lot hotter. And what we want to do is really control the temperature here, because these burgers are gonna take a while to cook versus your normal burgers. We're gonna be cooking around 300 to 350 versus like a typical, grill where you would be doing 400 to 450 for a normal burger. So just make sure you can do temperature regulation when you're making Supa burgers. So let's get started. Okay, the coals are just about ready here, and like I said, you don't want to give them too hot because you're wanting to maintain a lower temperature on the grill here to cook these Supa burgers. So let's do that. So this is about just as good as you want to get it, because you want more or less like a third of a hot zone where you can do a little bit of searing, but you want the rest. This is mainly we're going to be cooking the Supa burgers. You want the grease to drip on and get that flavor from it dripping on the charcoals, but this is mainly indirect heating or cooking here. So that's what you want to be doing, all right? So let's get started. Just about there for Supa burgers, so let's get these puppies on the grill. So you can see I have a little bit over direct heat and some under or over indirect heat. We're just gonna let them cook and go, and we'll put a thermometer on them soon. Alright, so the Supa burgers have been on the grill for about 7 minutes now, so just to make sure I get them to the correct temperature, I'm going to be using a temperature probe because they're so thick into this ground beef to make sure that they're going to be just right. Man, look at that. They smell great. This is looking awesome. So I'm going to put it in here right over the thickest part of the patty in the burger that is right over direct heat, because we'll know that's where we need to be, and then how we're going to rotate. So you can see we're already starting to get up to temperature here. We want to get up to about 155 degrees, so we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so we're already up to 155 degrees here, so we're going, or 100, yeah, we're getting there. So what we're going to do now is flip the burgers around and rotate them to make sure we get an even cook. Alright, so let's use our thermometer here to see where everyone's sitting at right now. So with this one, probably not accurate. See, this is the reason why you always wanted to use lean beef, just because of the flare-ups you'll get. Let's try one of these over here for a more accurate representation. See? Okay, so this one right here is sitting at 125. So we're just gonna keep rotating you know, bring them on the hot, bring them back, bring them on the hot, bring them back. And that's how we're going to make sure that we get up to about 160 degrees for a good burger. All right, let's see how our burger is doing here. So this one's about 148. So this one's doing. We're getting there for that one. 153. How about this one? They're just all over the place a little bit, so that's why you got to keep rotating it and keep an eye on them. Check and see how these things are doing. All right. Okay, we're almost there. Check this one. Oh man, that's a screaming Mimi. All right, I think we're good on that one. Good on that one. Yeah, I think we're about good to go. I think we have a mix of medium to well, and that's just what we want. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is adding a little bit of barbecue sauce on top of these, and then putting some cheese on them as well. Let's get these puppies off the grill. Look at that. All right, y'all. Now you just take these, throw them into the oven, no temperature on, and just let them rest for 10 minutes. Let's do that. Okay, so let's give this Supa Burger a try. So I'm not gonna compliment it with anything. I'm not gonna put mustard or ketchup or onions or whatever on it. We're just gonna go straight for the meat in the bun and see how it goes. So I can taste. So I can taste the. So I can taste the barbecue in there, or the barbecue sauce in there. That's awesome. I can taste the smokiness of the charcoal. That is great. I can taste the onions. I can taste a hint of the Worcestershire sauce. It's very subtle, and I can taste. I think the most overwhelming, not overwhelming, the flavor that comes out the most is the Tony's Cajun seasoning. And don't get me wrong, it tastes good. If there's one thing I guess I would say is, you know, and I'd have to experiment with this recipe a little bit. I love the spices of the Cajun seasoning. The only thing I would have a critique on is there's just too much salt. Like the salt is starting to become overwhelming. Like if there was like a fourth of the salt with the full sweet of the Cajun seasoning in this would be spot on. So maybe I just have to find a reduced sodium Cajun seasoning from Tony's and we would just be good. Mississippi Chris, dude, this is great. Guys, give this recipe a try. See if you can get a Cajun seasoning, probably without as much salt in it, and this is just the perfect burger. Oh man, I'm gonna keep eating this. I'm gonna lay into it tonight and just drink a ton of water to counteract it, and we're gonna be good to go. So with that said, you guys take it easy, have a good week, and I'll catch you next time.